day 29. We're continuing with Genesis 6, verse 9. You'll notice here that we're now beginning the portion of the Torah named after Noah. So everything before this was in Parashat Beresheit, which is the Torah portion of Genesis. And now, officially, we're starting the Torah portion named after Noah. And this is the line of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his age. Noah walked with God. There's a lot going on with this verse, so we'll spend a few videos on it. For instance, you'll notice that Noah's name shows up 3 times, and right here, you have his name twice in succession, and in another video we'll get into that. And then we've covered before this word tamim, which means perfect, or here they're calling it blameless, or complete, without blemish. And it says, one of the sources indicates that this means that he was born circumcised. So let's see what the Talmud has to say. It is written about Noah that he was a man, a righteous man, and without blemish, indicating that he was physically whole. And they talk about his perfect, he was called a tzaddik because of his perfect acts and conduct. And all of it may be said, not in his presence, as it is written, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. When not referring to him in his presence, God refers to Noah as a righteous and perfect man. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man and wholehearted in his generations. Rabbi Yochanan says, relative to the other people of his generation, he was righteous and wholehearted, but not relative to those of the other generations. And Reish Lakish says, in his generation, he was righteous and wholehearted, despite being surrounded by bad influences. All the more so would he have been considered righteous and wholehearted in other generations. Okay, so let's have a look at this quickly. We're going to see tamim here, perfect we'll call it, or blameless. And this, it says here he walked with God. This reminds me of Genesis 17:1, when Abram, or Abraham, he hasn't undergone this name change yet. When Avram was 99 years old, which is the when he does the circumcision, the Lord appeared to him, to Avram, and said, I am El Shaddai, walk in my ways and be blameless. Tamim. So we said earlier that this means that Noah was born circumcised, and he's one of a line that was born this way. And of course, here we have Avram, or Abraham, at 99 years old. And here's where I will establish my covenant between me and between you. And this is referring to the covenant of the circumcision. Tamim is a very interesting word because it has the value 490, but you can also find it in the entire Tanakh 49 times. So again, 49 times, it's a multiple of 490, obviously. 49 is one of the most significant numbers in the Torah. I mean, you can look it up. There's a number of significant findings with regard to 49. For instance, the counting of the Omer. But what's interesting to me is the value 49 is found exactly 1,000 times in the entire Tanakh. So if you take the entire Hebrew Bible and look up the value 49, how many times it shows up, as you can see here, it comes to exactly 1,000 times. Just to give you some scale, the Hebrew Bible has more than 304,900 words. It's a massive document. For this value to show up exactly 1,000 times, pretty neat. So I noticed here that Noah is called Ish Sadiq Tamim. You can only find this word, Sadiq Tamim, perfect Sadiq, one other time, and it's in the book of Job, in Job 12:4. I've become a laughingstock to my friends, one who calls to God and is answered blamelessly innocent, a laughingstock. So here's Job trying to figure out, I obey the commandments, the 7 laws, and I'm a God-fearing person called Tamim, a Sadiq. Everybody understands this, and yet God is seems to be making my life hard, and I cannot figure it out. I would recommend Job as essentially home base, if not Genesis, for noahides or just the non-Jew in general. Reading the entire book of Job will give you proper mindset and how to think about God.